Yo, what is going on, everybody? Episode 111 of many. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, my local few that like to listen to the podcast. So I've got I'm actually driving right now, and so this is my first podcast while driving. So it's just a voice memo only here, but I want to tell you a couple things. I've got a couple tips and tricks that I want to talk about, and then I also want to talk about the one piece of wisdom that Mr. Plummer left us with from the speaking school. But I also want to touch base first on peptides a little bit. I don't have a whole lot of education in the peptide world, but I know a lot of people are doing peptides. They're trying to find peptides. And when I say peptides, I'm talking about like your GLP-1s and your peptides. There's a lot of false information out there. There's a lot of easy to grab stuff, that I just don't know the quality and how much it's really been tested. So my concern for anybody listening is starting to learn about peptides or hear about peptides or getting peppered with ads about this kind of stuff. I mean, everywhere you go, there's GLP-1 ads at this point. Very briefly, my stance on peptides and GLP-1s. I think they are a very powerful and useful tool. I do believe they've been around for some time. I do think there's been a lot of studies done and tests done on them. Again, I don't have a lot of educational information I want to give you here. The most important thing is that you care about where you get them and care about who you're getting them from, but also make sure that you are consulting with somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. I can't have you just going online and just buying something because it's a good price and you don't want to deal with the doctor or whatever. It is recommended, if you're going to get the stuff, that it comes from a very well-known or well-respected pharmacy. You want USA made and tested. Everything should come third-party tested. But the reason I bring this up is it's something that we're actually working on at the gym. We're going to be offering peptides and GLP-1s for our gym members. Now, we're not going to sell them, and I'm talking kind of out of pocket here. I don't want to give you too much information, but if you are taking them, if you have considered taking them, I highly recommend connecting with me and our team so we can at least point you in the right direction. There's a lot of these online websites and these influencers and people who can push this product, but there's just no real, again, I care about you and I want you to make sure that you're doing what's best for you. Now, we are partnering with a pharmacy that allows us to get this stuff and sell this stuff. Now, what we are not just selling you a GLP-1. We are not just selling you a peptide. We can't, that's not our mission here. Our goal would be to sell these things to people who actually need them, based off an assessment that we can do with you, ensure that this is a good fit. When we decide what we think is best for you, if you come to us and say, hey, I'm overweight, I've really been thinking about GLP-1s, what's good for me, what kind of dosage, right? We can put in a request. So the way it works is we have you fill out a whole client intake form. We need to know all of your health history, all of that. Once we get that, we can review it, and then we can kind of decide what we think is best for you. Once we do that, again, we're not prescribing you anything. We're not the doctor, and we're not going to claim to be the doctor. We would then send that off to the doctors that we work with. They would approve or deny what we want to see in your, recommended stack or so, whatever you want to call it, your recommended peptides and GLP-1s. From there, it gets approved by a doctor. It then gets shipped and approved, and it shows right up to your door, right? So it's a great system. It's great for you. You don't have to go to the doctor and schedule an appointment and do all that. You can get it right from us. But like I said, we don't intend on selling just a GLP-1. If you're going to get a GLP-1 through us, it's going to come as a program where we help monitor you. We make sure you're doing your workouts. We make sure you're doing what's right, and we kind of just help guide you in the right direction. So we haven't quite built out these programs yet on how we're going to sell it. But again, if you're interested in peptides, you want to learn more about peptides, even if you're looking at getting prescribed peptides somewhere else, but you want my opinion on it or our team's opinion on it, I'm more than happy to hear what you're taking, where you're getting it from, what you're looking at doing in the future, and again, helping maybe give you some insights on what I do know. I don't want to put out a full episode quite yet on what I think about GLP-1s and peptides. I do believe that they're a powerful tool. I do believe that you can use them for the better. But again, if you're going to hop on a GLP-1, again, you need to be on a workout routine. You need to be, the thing that the GLP-1s are known for right now is muscle wasting, right? You don't want your muscle to go out the door. We want to maintain your muscle, we want to lose the fat, and the GLP-1s help burn the fat. If you decide to hop on a GLP-1 and sit around and not do anything, it is not going to be a good thing for you to do. You need to be active. We need to keep that muscle on your body. So anyways, that's about as far as I'm going to go on that. I am currently on some peptides and also microdosing a GLP-1. I believe if we're going to sell it, I also need to be a guinea pig for it. I need to be able to tell you my experience on it. I just don't think that would be very right of us for me to tell you to buy a bunch of stuff from us if I haven't tried it myself and can give you honest feedback and tell you, what it's like. So anyways, that's my talk on peptides and GLP-1s. They're everywhere right now. I think it's like 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 Americans are either on a peptide or a GLP-1. A lot of people are doing this so they can avoid the gym. They can have the easy way out. And for me, there's pros and cons, right? And I do want to talk about this. I will do a longer episode on GLP-1s and peptides in the future here, especially once we start building out our programs and how we want it to work. But again, I'll quit rambling on about peptides and GLP-1s, but I want you to be careful. I want you to be safe. I want you using high quality product if you are going to go that route. So anyways, share this message with whoever regarding peptides and GLP-1s. If you know anybody on it, again, I'd more than happy to have a conversation between Kimber and I and the individual who wants to talk about it, just to push you in the right direction and make sure you're getting, again, good quality stuff and you're getting good quality information. There's a lot of false information out there. So that is my first little spiel. They're a good tool. You can use them. They can definitely benefit you in your life and your lifestyle, but we have to be smart about it. So, number 2, my thought recently was productivity, however you want to say it, right? Being productive. I've talked about this a little bit in the past, I'm sure, but what I notice is a lot of people stay busy, but not necessarily productive. I think there's a difference, right? It's easy to stay busy. It's easy to act like you're doing things or just doing things that you think you should be doing. But I want to talk about some key ways to really be productive and maximize your time. And again, put you in a better position to win, whether this is personal life, business life. I want you to think about, how can I maximize my day? How can I put myself in the best position to win? And again, there's nothing better. There's the feeling of wow, I got a lot done today. I accomplished a lot. I did so many things on my to-do list. That feeling is so powerful and moving, and the energy you get from that, it's great. So when it comes to being productive, I think the first most important thing is having a plan of attack, knowing what you want to accomplish, how you want to accomplish it, and what the most important thing is. I've talked to you about the one thing, right? The one thing. If you could do one thing today that would be the biggest needle mover in your life, whether again, personal or business, hey, if I could get this one thing done today, I know it will be a good day. For me, my one thing when it comes to fitness is I do it first. If I know I can get my workout done right away in the morning, that one thing will make me feel like I had a good, successful day. Even if work goes to shit, if things don't go right, at least I know I took care of myself and I put my health first, because without your health, you've got nothing, right? So, excuse me. So when it comes to that one thing, what I've found that works best is before you leave the office, and so I'll actually back up. What I often have problems with is my mind is always racing and always thinking about these little things I need to get done. And they are important, hey, I got to text this person tomorrow. I got to finish this person's payroll profile, right? There's all these little things that are important that do add up. For me, I need to write those down, not only so I don't forget, but also so I get them out of my mind. For me, it's very easy to go to bed thinking way too much and shoot, I can't forget this, I can't forget that. And then what happens is my mind keeps saying it over and over and over again. One, so hopefully I don't forget tomorrow. Two, dude, you got to do this. You better not forget it, right? So it keeps playing on repeat. So what I found works best for the most part is before I leave the office, whether that's noon, 2, 4 o'clock, 6 p.m. at night, whatever time, I'm constantly writing my thoughts down on what I need to do. Hey, don't forget you got to do a podcast tomorrow. Hey, don't forget you have to have this conversation tomorrow. And I start writing this down so at least I know what I need to get done. And now, it's not good to have a task list of 40 different things, because the odds are you're going to come in the next day and you're probably going to add to that task list and only get a couple things done. Your body does like that feeling of writing things down and crossing them off. So I highly recommend a pen and paper. I do not recommend keeping notes on your phone. I do keep notes on my phone, but that feeling of erasing something, crossing something off, putting a check mark by it, that sense of accomplishment, I got this done, that's a very big, important thing for you to feel. So keep a pen and paper around and keep an active list of what needs to happen. Now, before your end of the day, I want you to look through that list and I want you to star like 1 or 2 things that are like, I need to do those tomorrow. My taxes, right? I need to do that. This is the best way, at least, to keep a good, organized, productive list in front of you. Again, a lot of people come and they come to work and they don't really know what they should be doing. They're checking their emails constantly. You need to have a structure in your life. For me, I don't try and check my emails all the time anymore. I check my emails a couple times a day. I often do see them coming to my phone, but if you're constantly leaving your brain open to like incoming emails, you're always getting pulled in a different direction. So I recommend checking your emails a couple times a day if possible. Obviously, you might be in a role where you're in constant communication via email. That might be a little different. But for me, there's no real email that I'm going to get that's so urgent I have to respond now. If somebody needs to get a hold of me that fast, it's probably going to be a phone call or a text message. Nobody's emailing you and expecting a response within 10 minutes, right? Most people send an email and they're just waiting to hear back. So what I would do is I would structure your day in a sense where, hey, I'm going to check my emails at 8 o'clock right when I get there, maybe at noon again when I'm eating lunch, and then maybe 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock before the end of the day, just to see if anything important came in or see what I need to check on or see what I need to make sure I'm in the loop on, right? So that's kind of a good thing for me to be more productive and to maximize my time and, again, keep my brain organized. Again, for me, and coming from, again, I'm talking from my point of view, you want to try to put yourself in a position where you're not getting pulled in a million different directions. If I come into the office and I have 60 minutes, 90 minutes, even 2 hours, which would be crazy, of uninterrupted time, which virtually never happens, but again, I have to be willing to put myself in that position, silence the phone, tell my team I'm unable to be reached for an hour or two, I would be able to get all of my office stuff done and then some because I had undevoted time to my task list. There are some tasks that take longer, but you know what I mean. If I had a list of 10 things I had to get done tomorrow and I started from 8 to 10 a.m. before anybody interrupted me, I would knock that stuff out of the park. And so again, how to maximize your time and be productive, you need to be thinking of ways to put yourself. Now again, if your phone notifications are on all day and you're letting your phone vibrate in your pocket or ding you, again, it's a distraction. I'm not saying I'm not guilty of this, but again, how productive do you need to be today? How much time, do you have to devote to these projects? You need to be thinking of those. So I was just thinking of productivity the other day because as I'm working in the restaurant industry, as I'm working on the gyms, and I have to maximize my time in order to move the needle the most. I can't focus everywhere at once, but I can focus on one thing at a time, and I can do that one thing really well. So this is just a reminder for you. I gave you a couple little things here. I need you to be productive, and I need you to maximize your time. Now again, if this is at home, I think there's some things you could take away. It's easy to get pulled in a bunch of different directions. But again, having a plan, having a schedule, having a routine. I know a lot of people out there, they don't like to have a schedule. They don't like to plan too far in advance. I get it. But if you've got kids' sporting events and you've got birthdays and you've got cookouts and you've got, nail appointments and whatever else you've got to do to take care of yourself, if you don't have a plan and a schedule, you're just kind of running around. I'm not saying you have to have the next 6 months planned out, but it's good to have an idea and a plan and a structure so you can maximize your time and be productive. Again, that feeling of accomplishment, that feeling of maximizing your time and being extremely productive feels much better than, I was busy all day, but I just didn't feel like I got anything done. I guarantee you, everybody listening can say that happens more often than not, where I felt like I was doing stuff all day, but I didn't feel like I was really getting anything done, right? You just feel like you're kind of running in place, you're treading water. I have that feeling all the time. I don't like that feeling, and I do know I got some very important things done, but a lot of my time might have been spent on a lot of little things that just didn't add up to enough for me to feel like, wow, today was a great day. So our goal is to have a winning day every day. Our goal is to win every day, win every week, win every month, and win the year, and win at life, right? So again, if you can kind of take a record, say you've got 7 days a week, if you can win 4 or 5 of those days a week, to me, that's a winning record. Obviously, our goal is more towards that 6 days a week, 7 days a week, but we all have lives to live. We all have things to do. We've all got events. Again, I'm not anti-drinking. You got to be social. You got to do your own stuff. So win every day that you can, and keep a positive record, right? When we're on the deathbed and we've got that positive record, we can say we lived a damn good life and we did everything we could to win. So again, This is just my little tip for you, or like my little note. I want you to be productive. I want you to win. I want you to care about yourself and your time. And if you're in a job where you want to make more money, you want to move up the ladder, you want to move, right? You want to be the most valuable to your team. You have to look at your job like I can't assume everybody's been in sports. But again, the more valuable you make yourself puts you in a position to make more money. The more valuable you are, the more that you can accomplish with your time than other people. The business eventually has to see that they can pay you more. They have to pay you more. One, to keep you, but two, because you're that valuable. You have to be able to do, I know a lot of people say, I don't want to take on that person's role because then I'm doing two people's roles for the same pay. I get that. But I look at it like I challenge you to show me that you are capable of doing both of those roles. And if you are truly, and you're getting stuff done and delegating the right tasks to others, that to me is valuable, and I'm going to work on making you more money. We're a small business. I'm not saying go to your boss and demand double the pay, but if you want to put yourself in a position to make more money and become more valuable to the business, you need to care about what you're doing. You need to care about the company you work for, and you need to realize, how can I help the company the most? What do I enjoy doing, and what am I really good at? And again, how can I maximize my time? How can I give more to this company? I'm not asking you to work 60, 70-hour weeks. That is not what I want you to do. I want you to have plenty of time to yourself, to your family, to your team. But I just need you to think, how can I be more productive? Don't go into work every day just staying busy, just doing what's needed. And I get it. You might be in a job where it is, I don't want to say dead end, but the ceilings are so high and are only so high in certain jobs, and I understand that. So again, maybe understanding what is the ceiling at my job, where can I go from here? Is there room to grow? And maybe you're enjoying where you're at. Maybe you're not looking to grow, but I still think becoming more valuable, maximizing your time. And even again, if you're not looking to get a raise or make more money, or maybe you're semi-retired and you don't want to do that, as far as move up the chain anymore, I guarantee you that feeling of, wow, I got a lot done today and I feel good about what I'm doing for this business, that feeling alone is going to make you feel way different in your personal life, and again, your own accomplishments, and again, that sense of feeling at the end of each day. So I believe in giving it your all in whatever venture you're doing, and whatever if you're in the gym, if you're at a job, if you're with your family. You don't want to be half-assed in anything. You don't want to be given 25% or 50%. So this is my coaching lesson to you today. Learn how to be productive, learn how to maximize your time, learn how to take care of everybody around you, and again, just put yourself in a position to win. My last note today, my piece of wisdom that Mr. Plumber left us with, and this isn't very long, but tomorrow is never promised. Live in the now, live in today, focus on today, and you need to plan your tomorrow, but you can never be certain that tomorrow ever comes. And eventually, there won't be a tomorrow. Life is basically one long today. Yesterday already happened, and there's nothing you can do to change what you did yesterday. The past is the past. Today is where we're all living, and tomorrow never comes, right? So I just want you to think about that, and think about the decisions that you make on a day-to-day basis, and decide, are you making the right decisions? Are you doing what the future you would want you to do? Are you taking care of yourself so future you can thank you later, right? In 10 years' time, I want to say, wow, that 20-year-old Colton, right? That 25-year-old Colton, he took care of himself and he set us up for success. A lot of us get in this mindset of, don't worry about tomorrow, just live today. And that is also a true statement, because tomorrow never comes. But you need to be making the right decisions today for the future you. You need to set yourself up. Now, I'm not saying put off those vacations. You need to schedule those now, because again, tomorrow may never come. So if there's things you want to do, if there's things you want to accomplish, if there's things you want to go and see, if there's people you want to go and meet, if there's a dream that you have, you need to be doing that now. You need to figure out, how can I get from point A to point B, and what am I doing now that holds me back from that? Tomorrow never comes. You only live in the now. You only live today. So take care of yourself. Think about what the future you would want. Do you want to be able to function when you're 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90? One of the statistics we just saw is anybody born in the 2000s, the life expectancy is moving much closer to 100 than it is at its current level of 75 for male, and females slightly older than that. With these peptides and other things I'm talking about in modern medicine, the expected life age expectancy is increasing. So again, do you want to live those last 5-10 years of your life able to do things? Or do you not want to be able to do things? Do you want other people to have to take care of you? Tomorrow never comes. Do what you want to do today and set yourself up for success, right? when I hear this from Thomas Plumber, the guy who's at our speaker school, it's very moving. He is in his 70s. He's lived life. He's enjoyed every aspect. He's stayed up late nights for his client. Like, he's lived life to what he's wanted to be. And so when somebody like me at a younger age is listening to this guy, right, this mentor, this person that I look up to, it's moving, because at some point I'm going to be that age, right? Hopefully I live to that long, right? Knock on wood. But there are these situations that come in life, and you need to be able to navigate them and take care of them. And so again, it all comes back down to, are you taking care of yourself? Are you putting yourself in a position to win? Your personal health, without it, you've got nothing. So that's going to be my spiel today. I'm going to wrap up on that note. I appreciate you guys for listening. Take care of yourselves, push yourselves, think about the you next week, next year, 10 years, 20 years from now, and what is that future you thanking you for now? I'm so thankful that you stopped drinking 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week. I'm so thankful that you took, you were doing your daily steps of 10,000, 15,000. I'm so thankful you were strict on working out 4 to 5 days a week. I'm thankful that when you go out and drink, you stopped eating all that junk food and you started taking care of yourself. I know you still had to be social. I get it. That was the age you were living and you wanted to have a good time, but you still did your best to take care of yourself. And so think about that and try to write a message from yourself to your future you. Write something that you want to open in 5 years, 10 years. A couple months ago, I was reading a book, which I have not finished yet, but I was reading it. And one of the first things I had to do in that, one of the first activities it had me do, was write down and answer these questions to my future self. 1 year from now, what do you want your life to look like, right? Do you want to make more money? Do you want to have a girlfriend? Do you want to have kids? Do you want to have a house? You want to have, what toys do you want? What kind of income? Again, think about that future you and then write it in present tense. My name's Colton. I'm 28 years old. I own a home. I own a rental property. I own a new business. I own 10 gyms. I only eat this kind of food. I only whatever, right? And say it in present tense, and then put that note away. Set a date on your calendar, and go back and read that note. Again, manifestation, that is a thing. If you're not thinking about what you want, and you're just wandering through life, you'll never get what you want, right? You can have anything you want in the world, you just can't have everything. So define what you want and go out and get it. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I'm sorry it's audio only. Like I said, I'm driving right now. We're going to pick up a dishwasher for the diner and tavern, for the bar actually. So I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Have a good one.